Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel once again. So for today's video I'm going to share my fourth theme that I'll be using up in the Hisui Cup, and what I felt about this Hisui Cup is actually it's going to be an RPS Cup, which is going to be fine because how limited the meta is. So people will be running the top maybe at most 10 mons in the meta, to which I thought of using a Pokemon that is not very used very often, but it's kind of a niche play over here in this meta. So that is going to be my Hisuian Samurott over here. So for Hisuian Samurott, it is a dark water type that is having access to Snarl with Dark Pulse and Ice Event as coverage over here for grass and flyers, which is huge. And being dark water, it is having a really good advantage on Pokemons like Cresselia, Froslass, Drifblim and other flyers, or maybe grass types as well, Voltorb, like Hisui and Electrode, like that. So that is the reason I thought of using this. But the problem with this Samurott over here is going to be very classy over this scenario. So that is the reason I am trying to pair it up with two very strong and top meta pick over here, which is going to be my Froslass as a safe swap and my Gastrodon as a closure over here, because the utmost, like the most coverage that I'll be needing against is going to be the counter types, maybe Toxicroak or maybe the Toxicroak and Lucario over here. So that is the reason I'm trying to cover those with Froslass and my Gastrodon over here. So that is the reason how this team is built around Hisuian Samurott over here. So without further more delay, let's quickly jump into the first battle, and I pick up a lead against Drapion over here, which is fine for me, but until and unless they are running Sludge Bomb, I am in a really good situation right now. So I'll be going for the first neutral Ice Event, which hits quite fine because how attack heavy Samurott is. And I wanted to showcase these battles, this particular battle over here, because I wanted to show you guys how like not bad, but how poorly GBL is performing nowadays. So I'll be letting this for next crunch go through. That does not take me out because they're double debuffed, but now I'll be going for the next ice event that they takes onto their Gastrodon over here, to which now I'll be safe swapping out into my own Froslass over here. So Froslass can let the first move go through, which ends up being a body slam, I believe. Yeah, it's a body slam, so it's resisted, and though it's resisted, it again is going to be debuffed as well. So I'll be going for the next avalanche after ramping up on energy and going for back-to-back avalanches ready, and let's see what they comes back in with. So they have got a very low Drapion over here, and this final Pokemon that they have access to is going to be Drifblim over here, which is not good because my Gastrodon is going to be really hard countered against this Drifblim over here. So I'll be going for these back-to-back avalanches, and now if you guys can see, they will be farming me down, which is fine. And now I'll be coming back with my Samurott over here to shield up once, and then I'll be switching out into my Gastrodon over here. And as you guys can see, I have a loaded ice event ready to go. So now they comes back with their own Drifblim once again, so I can let this first moves go through, which is ice event, which is fine. And now I'll be going for this resisted body slams over here, but still it is going to chip because I have got a loaded ice event onto my own Samurott over here. And since I've got a shield as well, so I thought of saving off my shield over here. So that is the reason I'll be going for these next body slams over here, which in turn takes the Drifblim quite low over here. And now I will be going for this next move, but now they will be going for their Icy Wind over here. So Icy Wind does take me out, so I'll be shielding up this next move, and then I'll be switching out into my own Samurott. I went for the Icy Wind, but it did not register, so they have enough energy to go for Icy Wind that takes me out and gives them the win for this battle over here, which is going to be frustrating for me because though I tried very hard, but still it costed me the game because how choppy the game was. So moving on to the next battle, I pick up a lead which I totally missed, and then they switched out, I believe, into their this is I forgot this name. It's going to be a Sneasler. Yeah, it's going to be a Sneasler, to which I can let this first aerial ace go through, and then they will be going for a close combat. I believe that does take me out because as far as I remember this game, whatever lead they are having in the front is actually going to be weak to my Froslass as well. So that is the reason I'll be letting this next charge move, like I'll be helping them out to get the switch, and then I'll be going for this next Icy Wind onto this Toxic Croak, to which now I'll be switching out into my Froslass over here. This Froslass is fully protected right now because it is having 2 shields right away, and their lead was actually going to be a Drifblim. So Drifblim is really Drifblim, and Toxic Croak is really core broken by Froslass over here. So I'll be going for this first Avalanche, which does get the final shield as well, which is really good, and then I'll be going to shield up this next Icy Wind as well. And now I'm going to charge up a bit of extra energy, and then I'll be going for this next Avalanche. Though it's debuffed, it's going to be enough to take this Drifblim out, and now I can easily go for the next Avalanche for this remaining HP onto this Toxic Croak, which does take it out and gives me the win for the battle here as well, which is going to be awesome. GG's. Moving into the next battle, I pick up a lead against this Cress over here. So Cress is kind of tough because it is having access to Moonblast and Grass Knot that both hits for super active damage. So I'll be going for the first Dark Pulse that is doing almost 60-70% of its health, and then I can shield up one Grass Knot, and then I'll be beating them with the Icy Wind, which is going to be the play over here because Icy Wind from this kind of range does take it out, to which they safe swaps out into their next Pokemon, which I believe is going to be a Gastrodon in this scenario, or maybe a Bibarel. So which is enough, which is fine for me again because I don't have a really good matchup with my Bibarel, with my Froslass onto this Bibarel, to which I'll be going for the next Icy Wind that almost does take care of the Bibarel, but they have to go for the next resisted Surf that does not even take me out, and now they comes back with their own Cress over here. So Cress is having access to Grass Knot, which they will be surely going for, and then I'll be going for one Snarl, and then I'll be going for this next Icy Wind. So Icy Wind, if they let it go, it will be having enough damage to take it out, but the shield right away, and now for this kind of range I'll be trying to catch the next move onto my Froslass, which is going to be a neutral or resisted Grass Knot over here. Neutral Moonblast or resisted Grass Knot, to which now they comes back with their fine Pokemon, which is going to be their Gastrodon, and they don't have anywhere to go because I'll be going for neutral Shadow Balls, and since I had a bit of less HP, so I cannot reach to the back-to-back Shadow Balls over here, but here Gastrodon is having is forced to have a face-off with its worst nightmare Gastrodon over here. So I wait out the switch clock, and then I'll be coming back with my Gastro, which they realize their fate and top lives the game over here out of respect. So that is going to be a GG's. And hopping on the next battle, I pick up a lead against Drapion once again, to which they switch out into their Toxic Croak, to which I have a really perfect answer as well for Toxic Croak, which is going to be my Drifblim over here, because Drifblim, not Drifblim, beg your pardon, it's Gastrodon. So Gastrodon is having a bit of better matchup against a Toxic Croak that is having energy advantage, but now since I shielded up once, so I can let this charge move go through as well because it does not take me out, and from this kind of range, if they comes back with their Drapion, which is running, I believe, Bite, it can take me out, but they are actually running Ice Fang, which I was not sure about. That is the reason I can easily come back with my own Samurott once again, and then I'll be going for the next neutral ice event because they comes out with their own Gastrodon over here. So for Gastrodon, I have a perfect answer as well, which is going to be my Froslass, to which I will be letting this first move go through, which I believe, it's going to be a Water Pulse, but since it's resisted, it does not do enough damage, so I'll be going for this first Avalanche after charging up back to back over here, to which they lets the Avalanche go through, and now I'll be having one more Avalanche for this Drapion, to which they really tried their best to win that, but they just forfeited over here. So GG's. Moving on in the next battle, I pick up a lead against Drifblim once again, and they switch out into their own Lucario over here. So that is the reason I'll be switching out into my own Gastrodon, and since it is part Steel, I will be farming them down with Mud Slaps over here. So they'll be going for back-to-back Power Punches that does not even take me out, and I have enough energy for I believe Earth Power onto this Drifblim over here, which is not a great thing because it's double resisted because of the flying type. But anyway, any chip damage is good for me. To which now they'll be farming me down, which is not good. But I have really two good answers for this Drifblim over here. So I'll be going for this next Dark Pulse, which they got onto their Toxic Rogue over here, which is kind of good, fine for me, because it still does bit of damage as well. To which now I can let this first move go through, which I believe is going to be a Mud Bomb. But yeah, I shielded the first move, and then I'll be going for this next Avalanche, which I think does take care of the first shield, or maybe they let it go. And now from this kind of range, I have enough energy loaded with my Froslass so that I can shield up once again, or maybe I let this move go through now because it's a mystical fire, and then I can go for the next Avalanche, which they realize their fate and top lift the game over here, because I have got a Samurott which is going to be hard countering them really bad. Moving on to the next matchup, I pick up a lead against this Voltorb over here, not Voltorb, Hisuian Electrode. I keep saying that it's Voltorb. It's not a Voltorb, it's a Hisuian Electrode over here, to which I'll be going for this super effective ice events over here, which almost does take it out. So I can let this next charge move go through, which is going to be Wild Charge, and now the switches out into a Shadow Gliscor over here onto my Froslass in this scenario, which is really gruesome for them, because I'll be trying to farm them down fully, which I did after shielding up one Aerialise, which is like really good. And now from this kind of range, I think they'll be coming back with their final Pokemon, which is going to be they'll be revealing their final Pokemon, which is going to be the Empoleon, to which I'll be going for the first Avalanche that does draw out the shield. And now I can easily go for this next Shadow Ball that lands in this scenario, does a really hefty amount of damage, and I can switch out into my Gastrodon, which is having the ability to farm the Electrode down and giving the win for this second last battle over here as well, which is huge. Moving on to the final battle of the video, I pick up a lead against the Abomasnow over here, so I have to watch out for the energy ball over here. But nevertheless, I'll be going for neutral ice event that does draw out the first shield and lower their defense as well, which is huge, because now I can let this first Wither Ball go through, which I called correctly, and now from this kind of range I can shield up once right now. So if it's going to be a Wither Ball, be it, fine, I can still go for one Dark Pulse to take them out. Dark Pulse onto this Shadow Abomasnow is really good amount of damage. It does take it out, and I have got enough energy again to go for whatever they are having in the back over here, which is going to be Electivire over here, which is going to hit with the Ice Event, which lowers their attack. And now I tried to go for the next ice event, but they farmed me down with Thunder Shocks over here. So for Electivire, they're having access to Wild Charge and Ice Punch, so both the moves are resisted by my Gastrodon over here, and final Pokemon they have access to is again going to be a Gastro of their own. So I can easily switch out into my Froslass over here. I'll be going for this next Avalanche, which is for neutral damage, and it's a hefty damage onto the Gastrodon over here. So I can let this I can shield up the first move, which I believe is going to be a Water Pulse or Earth Powered, because they went for 7 Mud Slaps, and now I'll be going to go for a CMP tie onto this Gastrodon, and I'll be going for this next Avalanche that does take care, it puts the Gastro really low, and which I feel this is going to be a Body Slam over here, which is definitely a Body Slam because it was 5 Mud Slaps, but now they can come back with their own Electivire, go for the next move that takes my Froslass out, but they have barely any HP remaining to take my Gastrodon out from that kind of range, and they concede the match, and I win the final battle of the video in the set over here with a really good amount of HP out to my Gastrodon. So this team was good, it's fine, but the point on this Samurott over here, it's very highly attack weighted, but it have to get your coverage for this counter types over here, maybe Toxic Rock or Lucario. So that will be all for this video, and see you again in the next one. Till then, peace.